You aren't going to find this advice anywhere else on the internet because I'm not just going to give you the classic things of,
ooh, use your phone less and exercise regularly and eat fruits and vegetables.
Because in reality, those noises are just a symptom of a much deeper problem. I'm talking about the way society has conditioned your brain and unconscious habits that you've been building for over a decade. The world we live in wants as many young people as possible taking pharmaceuticals and being involved in psychiatric therapy because the reality is that makes more money. The real solution to this problem is a much harder pill to swallow. But if you think you're prepared, let's explore this issue together. I think the real reason we overstimulate ourselves with technology is to distract ourselves from uncomfortable emotions and uncomfortable situations that we find ourselves in. When you're out in public, alone, maybe you're waiting for a friend or waiting for a bus or something of that nature, what's the first thing you do? You whip out your phone. It's like we want to pretend to be busy so that strangers don't talk to us, and we want to escape from the uncomfortable emotion of being in public by ourselves. But that's just one example. I know when I'm tired or sad or frustrated, I can tend to go on social media or watch Netflix to numb myself from how I'm feeling. However, the truth is, and you'll be able to relate to this, after we overstimulate ourselves specifically with technology, we don't feel better afterwards. We don't feel satisfied. If anything, we recognize we've just numbed ourselves, and afterwards we feel flat and we feel potentially even worse. The solution therefore is to not use your phone less and delete social media, because it's so easy to just re-download those things and start up the habit of using your phone again. What we have to do is face those uncomfortable emotions. A lot of the time, we can't fix our emotional state or much of our circumstance, but what we can do is accept it and choose the best movement forward. The next time you feel yourself desiring to get your phone out, I want you to take a deep breath. Stop for a moment and ask yourself the question, what am I hiding from? And then you can whack out a piece of paper and begin writing down all of those uncomfortable emotions, all of the things you don't like about your circumstances, and get it all out of your brain and onto that page. And then if you really still feel like it, then sure, go and scroll on TikTok. But just try it once and see how you feel. But if you repeat this practice over days and weeks and months, your mental health will begin to improve. And with that comes gradually reducing your screen time, so you have more mental energy for the better things in life. People think that the reason most of us don't exercise or eat that healthily is due to some lack of willpower or motivation. And although there's some truth to that, I think the real cause is a self-image issue. Everyone knows that eating healthily and exercising are good for us. No one is going to disagree. But I think really what stops us is that we don't believe that those things are something that we would do. They're not part of our identity. If you strongly believe that you were the kind of person that always exercised regularly, ate well, and looked after their health, and that lifestyle was just part of your identity, would you ever struggle with a lack of willpower or motivation? No. You would just do the thing because it's part of who you are. If we want to improve our mental health by improving our physical health, we have to change our identity to be the kind of person that does that. And how we do that, I think, is working on our self-image through consistent discipline. But how exactly do we build discipline?
The party is a monster.
What was that?
Look at the king and you're dead. That's why it's useful to have discussions with your enemies.
Strategic position is, how am I insufficient and how can I rectify that? That's what you've got. And the thing is, you are insufficient.
And you could rectify it. Both of those are within your grasp. If you aim low enough. Well, let's say you've got a kid and you want the kid to improve. You don't set them a bar that's so high that it's impossible for them to attain it. You take a look at the kid and you think, okay, this kid's got this range of skill. Here's a challenge we can throw at him or her that exceeds their current level of skill, but gives them a reasonable probability of success. Well, what do you do when you go and lift weights? Yeah. You don't go and, like if you haven't bench pressed before, you don't put 400 pounds on the damn bar and drop the bar through your skull. Aim low. And I don't mean don't aim, and I don't mean don't aim up. You can set yourself a goal that you can attain. And there's not going to be much glory in it to begin with. It's one step on a very long journey. So a small step today puts you in a position to take a slightly bigger step the next day. And then that puts you in a position to take a slightly bigger step the next day. And you do that for 2 or 3 years, man, you're starting to stride.
So where is your low bar? If you genuinely want to get into exercising and good nutrition for your mental health, then where is your low bar? Where are you gonna start? Where's day one? If you wanna start going to the gym, well, maybe go once a week. Or if that's too hard, go for a jog. Or if that's too difficult, put your goddamn shoes on and get out the door and go for a walk. Tiny incremental steps until eventually you'll be striding. Because as you begin to do small things that are good for your health on a regular basis, your self-image begins to change. You gradually become the kind of person that does these things. There is no issue of willpower or motivation. It's just something you do. The snowball effect will start to kick in. You'll begin to feel better and want to do more. That's exactly what I found myself. The start is always the hardest, but your mind will thank you if you become a friend to your body. To tackle this issue, I first wanted to figure out what the average young person believes the meaning of life to be, and I was expecting to be tragically disappointed. But through my research, I came across an absolute gem of a video with 15 total views from a channel with 2 total subscribers. We're gonna call this guy Jimmy, and what Jimmy said in his video really resonated with me. So much, in fact, that I left him a great comment, and I do really hope he gets back to me before the end of this video. I think the reason that most young people see life as meaningless is due to how society and the media makes us perceive our own lives. We are constantly exposed to the lives of others who we may think are living better than us. If you're seeing people online driving supercars and living insane lifestyles, then how are you going to be able to tap into the bits of meaning that are found in your day-to-day activities? That assignment you have to do, that conversation with your family member, that sunrise, that sunset, that tree, that leaf, that puddle. So what's the solution? I think we can split it into 2 parts, both equally as helpful. Firstly, as Jimmy said,
the meaning is subjective.
And therefore we have to figure out what's uniquely meaningful to us. And that's no easy question. But what you need to do is do some deep thinking, have some big ass thoughts, and write a detailed answer to this question. How would I spend my time if I had unlimited money and unlimited access to all the things I would ever require? And it's the kind of activities that you identify here through that question that are meaningful to you. For example, mine is to lead a healthy lifestyle, have deep, meaningful conversations with people, and inspire myself and others to live amazing lives. And if I try to follow these 3 on a day-to-day basis, I can physically feel the fact that my life is becoming more meaningful. And the second solution is recognizing that meaning in life doesn't necessarily come from what we do, but actually how we do it. Imagine you have to clean your room. The activity itself is not fun. However, what if you could see it a different way? What if you could order your room in the best, most efficient, most aesthetically pleasing way you ever had? What if you could apply yourself 100% to that task? What if you made your living space immaculate in your own unique way? To me, by the way I've just said that to you, tells me that there's meaning to be found in that activity. So where the hell in your life can you apply this? Can you make the best sandwich the world has ever seen? Can you produce the best piece of homework you've ever done? No, it sounds stupid, and I know that these are just small things that you usually want to push to the side, but focus on them, because there is meaning dormant in them that can be tapped into. Traversing the gap from here to here takes a lot of time and consistent positive action. We have to take responsibility for our own mental state. Did you know that 20% of young people could develop a mental health issue in any given year? That's 1 in 5 people. Just think about that. If we all want to shape this world for the better, we need to improve our own mental health. From me, all that's left to say is good luck on your journey to break the cycle of feeling bad. And what was that? Oh, Jimmy's comment. Did he reply? Unfortunately, he didn't. But I'm still waiting.
I'm still waiting for you, Jimmy.
Be an anomaly.
Joel Clifton, yeah, please sub and comment and like.